This video stems from a video we had about 3 weeks ago where I had a customer say to me, why don't you do a video about the best restaurant in Walking Street, the best go-go bar, etc, etc. And I thought, well, I better not do that because I know so many people and I'm going to upset a few of my friends. So I just did a thing about Soy Diamond, and then my fantastically attired cameraman and producer says, why don't you do like a top 5 bars, your favourite top 5 bars of all time, mate? Sounding a bit like Mike Smash in Walking Street. And I thought that is a great idea. So here come my top 5. Now this, I have in my hand a piece of paper. I sound like Neville Chamberlain. I've got my top 5 bars, and of course the best bar in the Walking Street area, we're here already, Le Pub on Soy Diamond. I am the boss of Le Pub. My name is Misteregg. I'm being told my introductions are becoming more and more rambling, so I'm going to cut it here and say let's go out and find the best other bars other than Le Pub from my experience on Walking Street. Let's go. Just to expand on my very, very long intro, these 5 bars are in no particular order, right? I don't want to upset people. I do know a lot of people in this town. But here's one. Now, this is the only one where I used to work, and it is now closed. But the building is still here. It is for rent at the moment, and this was Secrets Bar. Secrets, set up in 2006 by Ben, who used to be a manager at the FLB bar. You got a lot of investors who came in here. And the idea with Secrets really was to try and get kind of people in off the famous Secrets internet forum, to bring them in here. They had a hotel. They even picked you up at the airport. They had a fleet of cars, pick you up at the airport. You had the bar where the girls were all promoted on the internet forum. Then of course you had the villa. If you've got a bit of money and you wanted to upgrade, you could go and stay in the Secrets villa. And there was even a Secrets yacht, kind of. So it was the full package. A lot of people complained that, oh, it's just for newbies and all that, but hey, who cares? You know, it was a great introduction to Pattaya back in the early 2000s. They had some great people there. Who can forget the legendary manager Larry? I took over from the guy that took over from Larry. So, but I could never really walk in his shoes, but I did try very, very hard. And the thing I liked about this bar, it was a very, very sociable. It was like if you imagine Cheers, the bar there, it was a little bit like that, and you could have a chat, and all the staff were inside the bar. In fact, I still now employ some of the staff from Secrets nearly 20 years ago. And there were some staff that work in Milk, which I used to own, my bar next door to the pub, who used to work here as well. So that is how good it was, and it is a legendary bar, and it was just really relaxed. And if you go into my bar now, look up, there's a little bit of the Secrets vibe to it now. Obviously it's a lot smaller and not as big an operation. So starting off at number 1 here on Soy 14, Secrets Bar and Hotel. Who remembers when we used to do videos during lockdown and we used to come to the Walking Street daytime because there was nobody here? Now look at it, every day traffic backed up all the way to Valley High. Pattaya is absolutely booming at the moment. Right, number 2 in my list in no particular order is New Living Dolls. New Living Dolls. Now, Living Dolls Showcase is the last kind of Western style go-go bar past the tree just before you get to Insomnia. And then there was a breakaway, some kind of ownership breakaway, and New Living Dolls. And there used to be, where this bar is here, which is a Russian bar, there used to be a kind of a walkway down to the entrance, and there used to be beer bars on the right and the left of it, and you used to walk down, and inside you went New Living Dolls. Shane was the owner when I used to know it, and the thing that I loved about New Living Dolls, and people aren't going to believe this in 2024, there used to be girls standing here every night, and they used to be giving out leaflets, flyers, for free drinks. Yes, not 100 baht of beer, 50 baht of beer, but a free drink. He used to get, and they used to have so many leaflets every day, but he used to do it all night. It was kind of first come, first served. And we used to just give you a leaflet, and that was it. You got your free drink. It was a very, very kind of traditional go-go inside. I remember the stage was quite a low ceiling inside, so the stage was kind of what I called a bathtub. It was like the girls were standing in the... There was guys sitting around the stage like that sort of height, but the girls' feet were lower down, so you never really saw the girls' shoes, and you kind of got a little bit of a look above the knee, but that was about it. And believe it or not, I met my ex-girlfriend. Actually, I met her in secret, but by the time me and her got together, she was dancing in New Living Dolls, and I got a phone call one night, and she had this ex-boyfriend that was kind of hanging on to her a lot, and she said, Phil, this ex-boyfriend of mine's in the bar. Can you come and... I'm going to tell him I'm dumping him and I'm going with you. And I'm going, oh my God. And I remember coming in here about 4 o'clock in the morning, looking at the doorman thinking, we're going to need you in a minute. You're going to have some action. And I went down and sat there in the bar, and this girl was told her ex-boyfriend in front of me that she was now her ex-boyfriend. Wildest thing has ever happened to me, and my heart was racing. Anyway, happy times. I can't remember when he got knocked down. He got knocked down before the pandemic, I remember that. So who remembers New Living Dolls? Shane, what a great guy, Australian guy, unfortunately got killed a few years ago. May he rest in peace. I know his son is out and about in the Pattaya area, so hi to him. So what do you reckon? Number 2, your comments down below. New Living Dolls, who remembers? Bar number 3, in no particular order, here's a new one, Pinup Aogo. It started off as just one unit go-go bar over there, and here, around about here, they had this weird shop that had these sort of virtual reality headsets and machines, and there were people on here like pretending they were, I don't know, going up a helter-skelter or something. It was really, really weird place. Never did anything. The rent must have been horrendous. Anyway, Pinup got really, really good, expanded into that. Before the pandemic, it actually expanded into there as well, but now it's just like a 2-unit place. And there are some great go-go's on Walking Street area. Special mentions go out to Windmill, to Sapphire, to Skyfall, and many, many others at Atlantis. There's some great bars. But for me, I really do like it here in Pinup. During the pandemic, as previously mentioned, I kind of got together with one of the girls who used to work here, and she kind of stayed with me for a few weeks in my condo when we were all wearing masks and everything, and we had to be in by 9 o'clock, and it was a very, very fun time. I did get dumped by her, and I got dumped in a rather weird way. She messaged me and said, can you send me some money? I need to take my cat to the vet. And I went, oh, no, you know, I'll look after you, but I'm not looking after your cat. Anyway, blocked, finished, end of relationship. I think that's what she said anyway. Maybe Google translation went wrong somewhere. But I remember coming here a few months later when Pinup finally opened, and she was doing everything she could to avoid me. You know that thing when they sort of pull their hair around. She had very, very long hair, and she pulled her hair around and tried to avoid me. Anyway, I bought her a few drinks and we were best friends again. But happy days. And if you are coming out into Walking Street at any time, lots of great go-go's, not just Pinup. But I've chosen Pinup because I had that little funny story to tell. So Pinup Aogo is in the top 5. My next bar, now this is going to be a little bit vague, okay? When I first came to work here in Walking Street in 2003, 2004, there was an Irish bar somewhere along this side, which is the seaside, the water side of Walking Street. It was an Irish bar. I don't remember where it was. and I don't remember what it was called. Well, let's just call it the Irish Bar, right? And it was somewhere along here. Now, I think it was here. This used to be the Irish Bar, I think. It was Infinity Agogo, and it's now turned into... Hold on. Should have written this down. Oh, Candy Club. Okay, not to be confused with Candy Shop, which is a Chinese-owned go-go bar. So it was about here, and I used to love this place. I used to come here every Saturday, and the thing they had a big bank of satellite receivers on the ceiling. This is before broadband internet, and they used to show every single Premier League game. So I used to come here on a Saturday when I should have been working to watch the football. And it was great. It did Irish food, obviously did draft Guinness and stuff like that. And I might have got the location wrong. It was around about here. I think it was this one. Things have changed so much in the last 20 years, and it was over 20 years ago now. Does anybody remember that Irish bar, where it was and what it was called? Let me know in the comments down below. But I really did enjoy coming here, sneaking out when I should have been at work, and watching the footy, and having some great Irish food as well. Sunglasses have gone back on. Sorry, I'm blind. The final bar, in no particular order, was right here. And I've mentioned this bar many, many times, and it has been constructed, knocked down, something else constructed and knocked down in this particular piece of land. But the bar was called Coyote, and it had double T and two T's and two E's for copyright reasons, because they didn't want to. It was like Coyote Ugly was the movie. It was around about at the time. I didn't want to get problems with that license holder. It was here, and it was owned by TJ and Dean and a lot of other people that had small shares in the bar. And I personally think, back in the day, it was the best bar I ever went in, just at the time. Fantastic lineup of girls, fantastic shows. We've talked about TJ on this channel before. Dearly departed and very much missed in the Pattaya community. TJ was an Australian guy, quite short, and a former male stripper who used to teach the girls the shows. And it was interesting to see the shows, because from a male perspective they were really, really interesting. I've told you the story already about the secret door in the toilets upstairs. There were 3 toilets that you went in, and the third one wasn't a toilet at all. It was a secret door, and he pressed it in, and there was this sort of room we used to go in with a big bed in. I'm not sure what used to happen in there. And interestingly, they used to do some of the dance competitions. Who remembers those? Started off in Nana, the Nana Pong competitions, Nana Pong being Nana Plaza and Pat Pong, and it used to be like those two areas getting together, and they used to have the Nana Pong competitions. We're thinking of doing a video about those, so if you've got any memories or maybe any photos or whatever of those, let me know in the comments down below, or send them to my email address, which is in the description, and I'd love to know. But they used to take place here, and it was just a fantastic atmosphere, some amazing girls in here. Things all kind of went pear-shaped when TJ passed away, and it turned out it went, I think it was called Manhattans after that, and people remember there was a big champagne glass, like one of those old-fashioned 70s, 1960s, 70s champagne glasses, with girls dancing in them outside. Didn't quite work out. It then became an off-license like alcohol store. They knocked that down, and now it's kind of an Indian lounge bar here. This is in Soy Marine, so much missed, and I think really the cherry on top, my favourite bar of yesterday, if I could bring a bar back. Of course, it was of its time, like everything. When you start going on about things that went on in the past, you have to look at them in that context of 20 years ago, when things were a little bit different and laws were a little bit more relaxed or whatever here in Pattaya. But here we are in 2024. Those are my 5 bars. What do you think? This is going to be one where I need lots of comments down below. So let me know what your favourite Walking Street bars were. Walking Street, please, this time around. let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget, there is a members area to this channel if you want to help to pay for all the equipment and to keep the channel going. We have a members area where you can see my personal blog and lots of other archived live streams from the channel. And it's a pay-per-view from only £2, £2 a month. It's great value and it helps support the channel as well. So become a member by pressing the join button in the video. But from now, from Soy Marine, I'm Mr. Egg. See you in my bar, Le Pub on Soy Diamond, every day from 4 p.m. But until then, I'm going to get out of the heat, get a nice cool drink down the pub. See you later. Bye.